It largely comes down to what kind of human being you want to be. What kind of human being you're ready to be. What kind of human being is most appropriate for your life, your purpose, the gift that you're here to give before you die, and all of that. But the way that I teach these principles is I have you imagine you're sitting in front of a piano. Have you ever sat in front of a piano? And if you cut the piano in half, and all the low notes on the left side, call those masculine, or more appropriately, I'll call them alpha, the alpha spectrum. And they're all notes, and they're a wide range. There's various notes you play. There's not one masculine note. There's a whole range, a whole spectrum. And at the very end, it gets really low. And you can see, like, if someone embodies that really low note at the end, you can fucking see it in them. You know, like, all of these qualities, they're very visceral, they're very visual. You could see someone like that. And then on the other side of the piano are all the high notes. As it gets higher, it becomes those omega spectrum notes, that feminine end of the spectrum. Now, all of us as human beings, we're essentially musicians playing this instrument that is the body-mind, the physical, emotional, psychic, all of these, causal body, the subtle body. And we're a combination of certain notes, right? Some people come into this life and they're playing one note. And they're just like, I am that note. It's the only note I know. Fuck you. If you don't like my note, I'm playing my note, right? And I'm going to play my note till I die. I don't care what impact I'm having on anyone, right? And they just bang their note until they're in the grave. And then, you know, that's the life they wanted to pursue. As we evolve as human beings, we start thinking, hey, maybe I'm having an impact on other people here. Maybe the note that I play has a positive or negative impact on my partner, or on my children, or on my peers, or on my purpose, right? I'm suddenly feeling outwards and considering what notes am I playing. Make sense? So a lot of people do in self-development is they say, I'm going to train myself and I'm going to learn to play all these notes and I'm going to play the notes that I want to play. You know, I'm going to get this note and that note and this note and that note. We cultivate these things in ourselves that are the ideal version of self. It's self-development. Self. So, our practice changes when we start looking at those we love for feedback. When I start looking at Holt and I say, who do I need to become? What do you see? What note am I not playing that I need to be playing? Or you look at your wife or your partner, the mother of your children, and you say, what notes are missing? Or what impact is this note having on you? And then she says, when you play that note, it fucking breaks my heart. Whoa. I would need you to play more of that note. And now suddenly this process of learning to play these masculine, feminine notes, this range of alpha and omega, becomes an act of not selfish pursuit, not this is what I want to be, but who do you need me to be? Who do you need me to be? So I want to share you one way that you can think about the position that you're in right now, because you're going to have all type of judgments and internal dialogues about this position that you're in. And you can transcend and bypass all of that. There's reasons you relate to your own feminine the way you do, and there's reasons you relate to masculine the way that you do. You know, those reasons you can analyze and therapize them for the rest of your life. Or right now in this very moment, we can transcend that entirely. And I'm going to do that just with a quick example. I came into this work over a decade ago, and I was just happy to be here, and I always had a smile on my face. And I'd sit in front of every woman in the room, and I'd sit down and I'd just have a smile on my face. Just like, oh, this is great. Just sit in front of a woman. This feels fucking good. I just like sitting in front of women. And the woman would say, stop smiling. I would need you to 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 stop smiling. And after going around to all of these women, they would need me to stop smiling. Okay. And I began to take that feedback. That wasn't my identity. That wasn't my original state. That was what they told me. That was the note I was missing. They said I needed to play more of in order for them to feel me as present, in order for them to trust me more. Because I had a very immature feminine as well. I'm sure it's still in there, right? But I was unaware of it, and I was unaware of the impact it was having on others. I stopped being precious about it, and I said, okay, what note do you need me to play? Okay, I'll play that note. And once I play that note, my partner in front of me would relax. Their heart would open. They would become brighter. I would do this process with men as well, and they would give me feedback how they were feeling. Then I would do it again with women, then with men. Then I've done this with thousands of people. I'm the byproduct of that very practice. The way that I embody myself is a result of simply sitting in front of people and listening to what they would need, what notes I would need to play for them to trust me, for them to feel that I was present with them, for them to feel the full force of my consciousness with them. That's what we're practicing here. There's no dogma about what notes you need to play or should play. The question is, do you want to pursue a life where this group of men right here could give you feedback and say, I would need more of this note? And would you be willing to play that note for the sake of serving the other men on this call, or serving your wife, or serving your partner? And for you, which note it is totally irrelevant. Completely irrelevant which note you play. Sometimes you're going to play those beautiful omega notes with your children. Sometimes you'll tease your wife with those beautiful omega notes. Sometimes you're going to make the most glorious art out of your omega notes. Art that opens the world. That's when you play the note and the world opens, becomes more conscious, trusts you more, feels more of your love. Right notes. And our goal as a master practitioner, man or woman, is our ability, our capacity equally to both penetrate the world and surrender to it as love. So here, what this group is about, ultimately, is the exploration of every possible note in that spectrum. Learning to play those notes like an artist, such that when that moment arrives, difficult conversation with intimate partner, moment of sex, moment with a child, moment pursuing purpose, the note's available and we play it.